Guys, so I'm doing an all-nighter right now because, I'm really anxious to want to see the Miami Heat play the Boston Celtics. So just got on to do an all-nighter. And look, especially now that the Warriors, they won tonight. Yeah, they won the Western Conference Finals against the Dallas Mavericks 4-1. Uh, I really wanted Dallas to win. I thought Dallas was going to win this series. I was wrong. I didn't expect Golden State to, I won't say dominate, but played this well against the Mavs. But tip your hat to them. They're a championship organization for a reason, and they showed against Dallas. And I guess it was just too big for Dallas to me, especially with Luka and that team. So, but also I want to congratulate Dallas. Very good season, but uh, the way it ended for them will be very interesting to see what they do next year because it's really tough to get back there, especially with the team they have. They have to add some pieces, so we'll see what Dallas does. But tip your hats to them. Very good season. Uh, Luka Doncic, great playoffs for him, and a good season for Dallas. Very good season for Dallas. But this is all about the Warriors. It's crazy, man. Like this team is the playoffs back to back years. Last year, the year before. Not part of it because of injuries, obviously. And you can see with this team healthy what they did. I mean, it's incredible. They made the final six of the last 8 years. And the 2 years they didn't make it was they weren't even playoffs. So basically, you could say like every year in the playoffs, in 6 of those 8 years they made the finals. So it's crazy that when they've been in the playoffs in the Western Conference, no one's been able to beat them. Uh, it just would have been really nice to see what Phoenix could do against them, but they didn't take care of business against Dallas, and you can see why. So it was an easy matchup for Golden State. You can see that in this series. So I thought Phoenix was the biggest threat to Golden State. We could have seen that happen, but it didn't because Phoenix didn't take care of business, and they let their guard down against Dallas. So, but you know, when you look at it, Steph Curry and what he's done, man, it's incredible what he's done in his career as he's getting older. This will be his sixth finals. And he's played 13 years in the league. He's one of the most unselfish superstars we have in the game, and he always loves to be a team player, and that's why people love playing with Steph. He just loves to be a team player, and so the culture that they've built in Golden State since Steve Kerr has been there is incredible. And it started Mark Jackson, obviously, he kind of created that, but Steve Kerr's really established it, and you can see why. And uh, obviously, they moved to a new arena in San Francisco, and you can see the fans there is amazing for them there too. I mean, it's in the Bay Area anyway. I mean, Oakland and San Francisco is not that far away from each other, I think. So it's still in the Bay Area, but still, I see a lot of fans there. So the passion of the Golden State fan base is incredible there. It's nothing like it. So obviously, they got some really good fans there. They got really good home court advantage, and you see that in the Western Conference Finals for sure. So obviously, it's a special place when you play there with the atmosphere, with that fan base, incredible fans they have there. So tip your hat to Golden State. Congratulations. I was really intrigued because inside the NBA interviewed Steph and Draymond today, and Shaq asked a really good question to Draymond. Draymond said, "Hey man, who would you rather play, Boston or Miami?" And Draymond basically, just talked about the X's and O's of what Boston does, and I don't think he talked about Miami, but he said Boston. And Shaq kind of dropped his "That's not the Draymond I know." And then Draymond just said, "Okay, fine, I'll tell you." He basically said, "Okay, I'll tell you," and something like that. And he just said out, Boston. He would rather prefer to play Boston. And you know what? I don't blame you, man, because that just shows me that he doesn't want to play Miami. That's it. If Boston wins tomorrow, which most likely happen, they're not being Golden State Warriors, especially with the firepower they have. They ain't being Golden State. So I gotta say why you pick Boston. I like that. I really do. Uh, because Miami is a team that you don't want to play. So I'm glad Draymond said that. It shows you the respect that he has for the Miami Heat. He's the one that want that smoke. So I don't know if you guys view it from that standpoint or you guys just think, oh, well, Boston's just better than Miami, and you just feel like Boston will give them better competition. Miami's a team if they do play. Well, so Miami that he thinks we can beat Miami, so something like that. But it could be either way, vice versa. So we'll see what happens. But congratulations to Golden State Warriors. They won the West for the sixth time in 8 years. They've been to the finals 6 of the last 8 years. They've won 3 championships in 5 years. Before obviously all the injuries and the playoffs, them missing playoffs back to back years, but they've won championships for 3 to 5 years. So it's a great dynasty. Unbelievable what they've done in that Western Conference. Basically been dominant when they've made the playoffs and made it to the finals. 2 years, obviously, they weren't even in the playoffs. So incredible response, incredible bounce back for that organization, and happy for that team. Especially sometimes they get disrespected, and I was like, no, you can't disrespect Warriors. They're just really good. I disrespect, honestly disrespect. I doubted them. I thought they would never make it to the finals. So I just thought they would lose in the second or in the conference finals and sit out in the finals. So it wasn't surprising to me. A very good ball club, and they're looking to win a chip. And I'm also happy for Steph. He won the conference finals MVP. I think it's a good thing for the NBA to have that because I think it shows what the West is all about, what represent and what the player represent. So yeah, congratulations to Steph and that team. Um, and yeah, that's it, guys. So that's all I want to say about the Warriors. Congrats to them. They won the West, and yeah. Um, Now I want to talk about Dallas. Uh, their season's over. Uh, they made the Western Conference Finals. That's something they hadn't done since they went to the finals and fortunately beat us to win a championship. They made the conference finals that year. I believe they played Oklahoma City, but I think so. Yeah, I think they played Oklahoma City that time. And so Dallas, a very good season for them, especially with how they started the season and respond the way they did is incredible. Uh, it's kind of weird to say this, but they remind me a lot of Atlanta Hawks from last year. Started kind of slow, then they really picked it up in the second half of the season. That kind of was what Dallas was this year. And then obviously in the playoffs, they beat some pretty good teams to get to where they were. I mean, they beat Utah. They beat um, what's the other team? Well, Phoenix obviously beat them and won Phoenix in 7 games. Like they beat really good teams to get to where they were. I almost it was really the team that just outmatched them from an offensive firepower standpoint. But great season for Dallas and great season for Dallas fans, for the Mavericks, and something that they can build off of. Hopefully, it's gonna be tough to come back next year, especially how deep the West is. But very good season for Dallas, and we'll see what they do next year. So really interested in what they do. So congratulations Warriors, and also congratulations on a very good season for Dallas. Signing out.